Hi, my name is Darren Bush, and if you don't know, I've been redesigning presentation software for the last 2.5 years, purely born out of frustration of using tools like this. A visual communication tool that has no visual search results. I mean, I find that completely astonishing. So I've redesigned presentation software. This is what all presentations should look like. Think of it like a Photos app. You go in and you can see all the thumbnails there, all the cards you've written, all the slides you've created. Should be nice and searchable and easy. There's two key things I want you to take away from this, and that is search and views are the heart of this platform. So right here, you log in, you can see in terms of things top rated, what's recently shared, and if I wanted, for example, to go and search more information, I can upload an image, take a screenshot, or potentially a deck as well, slide, and I can be able to search the system. I can find that deck itself, or I can find related information or related slides as well to help my creation process much more easier. We can jump into the deck view now. So rather than having this view, which I get at the moment from PowerPoint, I can get to see what I've been working on the last hour, 9 hours, and so on. And if I want to make it a little bit bigger and I can see formation, I can expand the view as well. I can scroll to the right and go down as well to see all the different slides. And these are the slides I've edited. Anything that I've viewed as well, anything that someone has presented to me or shared with me, this I can change the drop down and I can see that as well. So rather than having to ask someone to send me a set of slides, if I've viewed it, it's automatically here appears. Next is slides. Slide view. This is completely missing, right? PowerPoint doesn't have there's no option to actually search on slides. So you create loads of slides from the bottom up, and there's no way you can actually search on this information. Well, you can on this new view. The next view is list view. So we might be presenting every week or every month to the same set of audience. In this example, the leadership team around marketing. So every month I'll present it. Now you can have everything centralized in one place. So I've got tags there. No more files, no more folders. So marketing LT update, this is all the information, and it's got the dates and times, and I'll come to that on the calendars where we're actually presenting, and I can just go right or left straight away. This was the frustration. This was what was born out when I was sitting in a presentation, and someone was telling me that we were changing the campaign goals from last month. Right, I've got to go and find last month's presentation. So what I did instead was I thought best thing to do is create a grid view. So you could change that list view to grid view, and you might be presenting, for example, on the May update. And literally I can just jump out, see what someone's doing. I can go to the next slide and see what they were saying last month, see what they've changed. If they've changed their forecast or KPIs, whatever, I can quickly just jump in, make that whole process easier, and then jump back in. But back to the calendar view, when I log in, why is there not a calendar option? Because in theory, presentations are created for meetings, aren't they? Mostly you're presenting to an audience, one or multiple people. And every time that someone shares anything from you, I can see that as well. So I can click in what someone's shared with me. But if we're looking at an update, I can go in and click on to the 25th of June, that's in the future. I'm working on these set of slides at the moment, and what would happen, I can click in and then I can work on that project. And typically you might work and collaborate with other people as well. And I don't think PowerPoint's really moved with the collaboration stage. So I can now actually have different people assigned to these slides in advance, and I can assign them. I can have restricted slides. So, for example, say I've got some financial information and only the CFO and I need to see that info. I can restrict it for everyone. And because it's a collaboration tool, why don't we have a Kanban? Because in theory, slides are cards, so little cards of information that we can move across. And we can see who's assigned to what. And when you're creating it as well for yourself, you can know which slides have been done, and then you can work on others as well. And then we have deleted slides, a trash history of slides. They have no concept of that at the moment, especially in PowerPoint. As soon as you delete it, it's gone. But now you can have a trash history, so you can see that, and then restore those slides as well if you feel you want to put them back. Navigation is another big pain point as well when I'm using any presentation software. So now at the top, you can see we've got more of a browser-led tab view. So I can click through the tabs and see information itself, kind of see what decks rather than having to hover down and find out from the decks itself. PowerPoint, you can create sections on the left, but you've got no way to jump to them. So here you do. You now have these sections and you can jump to the different slides, making that whole process much easier to navigate across. I can do that in presentation mode as well. So I can have sections appearing here. So I can just jump through to different areas, and it gives the people an idea as well what's coming up. Let's talk about the creation process, because creation is a nightmare within most of the software itself. It restricts you into this linear view. So you have to kind of create the slides from the bottom up. Why don't we have a slide library? So I can bring information, different slides. I can drag and drop in here. I can do searches for that, and then I can just build everything in one place. But even better is I can actually split the view. I can see different two slides, and I want to see my slide from last month, this month, and I can kind of share that comparison as well. But actually the whole process I want to do is build a canvas for your thinking, because when you're trying to build out some slides, you want to create different sections, or maybe you want to create a different view, or the Kanban View, or a mind map. But here you can even use it as a presentation. But slides is getting a revamp. Guide you to the bottom left, which is creating inline links. Is we're linking the slide to another slide in a deck or another slide in your whole database, and it's got bi-directional links. So if I go to campaign goals, I can see there's a link back to this traffic slide as well. You can tap to flip, so you can flip the slide. You can put more information at the back. So we always talk about slides are too cluttered, too many words. Don't have to anymore. You can keep it at the back. The other thing is we talk about, we delete a lot of slides and they just go, or you bury the appendix to create a new version. So you can actually create multiple versions of the same slide, have it nested against the original. You can pick and choose which one you like, or if you don't like it, you can just hide it, so you don't have to see that information, and you don't have to delete either. And then I can actually see where a slide is reused, because we always have to create a new slide every time. There's the whole need for creating a new deck, new information. So let's go through presenting and viewing, the last section. One of the pain points of presenting is the agenda. It goes up for 2 seconds and it's gone. And halfway through the meeting, thinking, like, who's next? Or when's lunch? I know I'm thinking that. Or when's the next break? But now you can pin the slide. So you can pin the agenda as it goes through. And as soon as the presentation is going on and you want to see what's happening or what's happening next, or when's the next break, I can literally go to my pin slide and see that information there. So I'd have to bother the presenter or ask a colleague, like, when you can be in the actual presentation with the presenter. Plus as well, you can actually write comments, not in Teams, not in Zoom, not writing the comments there in the group chat that actually never kind of link to the presentation itself. It's very difficult. You can actually write it here and there in the comments, and making commenting as well much better as well, especially when you're collaborating. And last but not least, analytics. I have no idea where we spend so long in such a platform, but there's no analytics on there, especially these little cards of information that can be shared, it can be reused, and you can see what's most popular as well, how long you spent on there, but why there's no analytics. And that's it. Thank you very much. If you've got any questions, please reach out, but please share with other people as well.